Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Wassalatu wassalamu ala ashrafil anbiya wal mursaleen. Nabiyyina Muhammadin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'een. Amma ba'd. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My dearest brothers and sisters, this is now lesson number 10, I believe, on the Tawasul course, raising righteous children. There's a word that we have used quite often in this course, and we're using it in the future as well, and that is the word tarbiyah. Tarbiyah, not tarbiyah, tarbiyah. The word, an Arabic word, what does it mean? It means nurturing and raising. In fact, the root of this word, rabaya, means to cultivate something, to nourish something, to make something rise. These are the different ways it's used, and it's also a word found in the Qur'an as well. That's a linguistic meaning. What do we refer to it to mean when we're talking about raising righteous children? Well, Shaykh Asim Hafidhahullah, he has a very beautiful and deep definition of the word tarbiyah. He says that it is the gradual nurturing of a person according to the Islamic teachings, with the aim of allowing them to succeed in the life to come, and by consequence this life as well. Let's break that down. The gradual nurturing of a person. The idea is that this nurturing that you're going to give to a person, your child, or to a friend or colleague, whoever, it could be anyone, is supposed to be done over time, gradually. It's not something that happens over a weekend or over a holiday, for example. It happens over a gradual period of time, ongoing process. And the way that you approach this person to nurture them is not according to what you believe to be correct or what society holds to be correct or what your parents have done necessarily, but rather the teachings of the Qur'an and the Sunnah. That is the methodology we will apply. And what is the aim behind all of this? Is it to create a very academic child? Is it to create a very loving child? Is it to create a member of a good citizen of the society? No, the aim is to create someone who will succeed in the life to come, and by consequence this life as well. So this definition teaches us one thing, and this is really important, that tarbiyah is multi-dimensional. It's about nurturing somebody in the most holistic way possible, not focusing on one thing over another, but rather looking at all the dimensions. What are the dimensions that you and I should look at when we're thinking about nurturing our children to become great people? Well, again here, Shaykh Asim Hafidhahullah has a very neat way of dissecting it through Surah Al-Asr. This Surah Al-Asr, which we all have memorized, he's looking at it from this perspective. He said, look, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala began by saying, وَالْعَصْرِ إِنَّ الْإِنسَانَ لَفِي خُسْرٍ. People in general are heading towards destruction. إِلَّا الَّذِينَ, except those. Then Allah describes those which He says have 5 qualities. And these 5 qualities are in fact the 5 or 6 different dimensions of a person's nurturing, person's tarbiyah. The first, إِلَّا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا. Except, Allah says, those who believe, have iman. This is an area of development that your child, you need to look at developing his creedal dimension, the way he believes in Allah, the way he sees Allah, the hereafter, and all those 6 articles of iman that the Prophet taught us about. Your child is educated regarding these things, and he is instilled with a conviction in those 6 areas. This is his iman, creedal development. The second one is what? إِلَّا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا وَعَمِلُوا الصَّالِحَاتِ. That he has his devotional aspect of his life also nurtured by you. What does that mean? Well, the 5 pillars of Islam, what are they? It is to pronounce your faith in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, which is an ongoing thing manifested by way of remembering Allah. So your child, he has qualities of devotional worship. He remembers Allah often. Number 2 is that his salah. His salah is strong. It is a salah which happens regularly and happens with quality. Qualitatively and quantitatively, you are trying your best to nurture his devotion through salah. And fasting and reading Qur'an and so on and so forth. All the acts of worship, those are the things that you need to develop in your child to become outstanding. That is number 2. So we had creedal development, now we have devotional development. إِلَّا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا وَعَمِلُوا الصَّالِحَاتِ وَتَوَاصَوْا بِالْحَقِّ. And Allah says, those who enjoin and encourage others to the truth. What does that mean? It means that you are an educator to greater society. That the way that you enjoin good is by educating others regarding the religion of Islam. You're able to communicate the ideas of Islam to others around you. How are you going to do that? Well, by being knowledgeable yourself. And secondly, by learning how to articulate Islam. So, in terms of being a da'i, I want my child to know how to communicate Islam to other people. This is an area of development that I need to work on for my child. So this is the credo, you have now devotional, and then you have da'wah dimension as well. إِلَّا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا وَعَمِلُوا الصَّالِحَاتِ وَتَوَاصَوْا بِالْحَقِّ وَتَوَاصَوْا بِالصَّبْرِ. And Allah says the last one is that they enjoin patience on one another. Now, the idea of patience, my brothers and sisters, is that you behave well with other people. Even if people are behaving badly towards you, you have the ability to smile in people's faces. You have the ability to not become angry, with the ability to have patience and persevere with other people. All of that, sabr, is actually the core of akhlaq, of good behavior, good character. Because any type of good character you can think of, it boils down to being able to have discipline over your nafs, isn't it? And this is something that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala teaches in the Qur'an as well. In Surah Fussilat, Allah says, وَلَا تَسْتَوِ الْحَسَنَةُ وَلَا السَّيِّئَةُ إِدْفَعْ بِالَّتِي هِيَ أَحْسَنُ فَإِذَا الَّذِي بَيْنَكَ وَبَيْنَهُ عَدَاوَةٌ كَأَنَّهُ وَلِيٌّ حَمِيمٌ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says that a good action and a bad action are not the same. Repel the bad with something better. And if there is enmity between you and somebody else, he will become like a close, intimate friend. Allah is telling us that if someone does something bad to you, then how should you respond? Respond by doing something good. Is that something easy to do? No, it's something very difficult. But if you did do it, Allah says that enemy become like a friend to you. وَمَا يُلَقَّاهَا. Now, no one is able to meet this, to live up to this, إِلَّا الَّذِينَ, except those sabaru, those that have patience. So Allah linked between having good manners with other people to being able to have sabr, as if to say sabr will lead to having good actions, with good behavior with other people. This is another area of development. I want to make sure that my child, in terms of his behavior, he has great behavior. And then the last one, tawasul, the idea of being able to do things with one another. Allah didn't say that they have sabr. Allah said, وَتَوَاصَوْا بِالصَّبْرِ, that they are able to enjoin patience on others, as if it is a mutual thing. They can do this with other people. They can work together. They have skills to unify other people, skills to communicate with other people. All these skills are another area of development, that you need to develop the skills in your children regarding management, regarding teamwork, regarding communication, so on and so forth. All of that is also built into the surah, and this is the way Shaykh Asim Hafidullah explained it, and it is a very useful way. Write them down, these 6 areas of development. These are like just a marker for you, and then you can fill in the practical steps that you can take in order to develop each and every segment. And this is tarbiyah, to look at your child's development holistically and to work on each and every one of them to the best of your ability. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make this easy for us. May Allah bless you all. هذا وصلى الله وسلم على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين وجزاكم الله خيرا.